Happy Saturday, Traders. Welcome to the stream. It's just a weekend stream, so not much going on. It's not like any crazy price actions happening. Just doing what you do, man. 7 days a week, or I try to keep that up for you. So at least we can understand maybe what's going on in the short term, mid-term, long-term, whatever. And maybe you learn a thing or two while we're looking at all this stuff. So yeah, we're on Bitcoin right now, 60-minute chart. Kind of interesting, something going on where it looks a little bit more clear here. But everyone's just like, oh, we're going down to 8,500 immediately. We could, but at the same time, we've hit a 38% retrace. Right now, what's going on is there's a slight edge to bulls, very slight. And that just stems from what could be perceived as that bullish divergence on the oscillators, right? Where you make a low about the exact same low on price with much lower levels of negative momentum, higher levels of relative strength. You know, we've seen it a billion times. Sometimes it doesn't play out, but a lot of times it really does play out where it breaks to the upside from here. It's where, yeah, you could run up, you hit 9,600 again because of this. If it's crazy, then we see 9,950. But this kind of reminds me of gold a little bit. Just a little bit, man, where you had the pattern. Let me show you here. All right, so just think about, this is Bitcoin. It did it. It respected it perfectly, just like gold did. If you remember the bearish shark pattern. Yes, the bearish shark. How did things go after, 88% retrace? You gotta be kidding me, man. No, we're not kidding you. Different harmonic. But look, reversed, sold off. But then look, it pivoted and rallied some to make a lower high. And eventually, when it had a major reversal, that first valley of the three rising valleys, or rising three valleys, whatever, that was a 78% retrace from the low of the harmonic to the high. Low to high. Oh, I mean, it was 70. It actually hit an 886. Excuse me, or near, right at an 886. Okay, so 886 retrace to the upside, 886 retrace to the downside before pivoting and making those consecutive higher lows for the breakout. So that might be where Bitcoin is something like that, to where, you know, you reverse and maybe you pivot and you rally only to make a lower high eventually before selling off and making deeper retraces, which we have only cracked the beginning of the golden zone and no lower, 382. So if this was gold, okay, let's just say it's going to follow the same trajectory as gold completely, which we know that's not a real possibility, just because, I mean, it could happen, but I'm saying, like, you shouldn't think about it like that, because different market participants, anything can happen. But we're just talking about if, you know, what else you got to talk about on the freaking weekend when markets closed or at low volatility? All right, so Bitcoin or gold would have gone all the way down to 8,300 before reversing again to the upside to make a higher low. So that's just something to take into consideration here. And it took a while, and eventually it ended up painting, you know, I think Probes was able to identify this. It was a Gartley. Yeah, it was a Gartley that hit, one fib node lower than the PCZ, and then, you know, reversed. And that, how about that, right? And it's like, really, you're trying to tell me a bullish harmonic pattern manifested into much higher prices? Wow.
Bruh.
So that's been on my mind today a lot. I don't know. I think a patron types something and it just gets my mind working. And yeah, we're just harmonic and we're, you know, on the new wave, and I'm not sure if it's done selling yet, but if conditions are overwhelmingly bullish on Bitcoin, a bottom could be in, but there's no edge, there's no indication on the 4-hour chart that the selling, this new impulse is done. Only the 60-minute implies there's a reversal, but the reversal could only manifest into a lower high than the peak here before we sell off to lower lows. A lot of lines on this chart. Yeah, there's a lot of support resistance. Minor support resistance is everywhere. It happens. When I go to the 4-hour, it's not there. You know, I've zoomed out some. Oops, what the heck, man? Two of these. Not as many lines here. All right, it's a lot more clear. Sorry. So I hope y'all are having a good Saturday. We just, jump right in talking about Bitcoin like we always do. And we know, look, we're, right now, until this changes, you're starting to wane on negative momentum. I mean, no matter what, I don't think it's going to even be possible to get hidden bullish divergence. Say we even go down to 786, it's just not going to be as much as this. And it's not going to be lower than this May 10th low on the RSI. So, don't know if you're going to gain an edge on the 4 hour unless, you think about what happens here, where we reverse to the upside to hit 9,600 again, or, maybe we go to 9,800 again, lose all the negative Momo, and then solve again. Dude, it's like we're in a bull trend, though. So that is, definitely underlying where a bearish pattern and an uptrend may not perform very well. Even though, on gold, in a clear uptrend, the pattern played out beautifully. Or look how deep it retraced, 88% before reversing the upside again. That's what you want to see maybe on Bitcoin. Whatever. Of course, everyone wants Bitcoin just to go straight up. But it will be interesting. It's like, is this harmonic going to outperform gold's? If Bitcoin never gets down to 8,300, yeah, it would be outperforming gold in percentage change. So, this is a bearish bat pattern, Evan Green. Bearish bat. Beautiful. But the thing is, it's beautiful and it reversed there. It's just underperforming. It's just not achieved even a 50% retrace yet, though it was less than $100 away from a 50% retrace. What's going on? You'd think in time this could see 9,024, 8,800, or maybe even 8,500, because we know that's the historical hard support. And that'd be great since, this pattern was tradable. It wasn't just the bearish bat by itself. You're just listening to the same friggin' thing if you watch regularly. But the hidden bearish divergence was at that PCZ. It's beautiful, man. That's what dreams are made of, dude. If you get anything out of this stream or from watching this show, just know technical analysis is not about ever the one indicator. It's always about the many. And those many indicators all point to the same direction. Hey, this implies upside. This also implies upside. Well, so does this other indicator. You have a stronger argument that the price would go that way. And that's all TA is. It's not fortune telling. If you don't have an edge, you don't know. You have no indication of maybe where the price is going to go, right? And the stronger or the slower the time scale, the more significant the time scale, like the 4 hour, the daily, the weekly. That is just where those indicators, oscillators, all that are going to be more significant. I think they would have a higher probability of being reliable than going the 60-minute, which we were looking at, because that's the only place where there might be an edge in the short term, right? And the short-term edge is saying upside to maybe 9,600. But that could easily fail because it's the 60-minute. FYX, man, Walmart. Walmart closed on a breakout. Look back at the stream and you were spamming. I don't know why you wait to spam till the end of the stream to say something, but here's Walmart. Again, closed the week breaking out. Candle close confirmation of a breakout, I think, from November 2019. That was the area. Now, of course, you had it could just reverse, sure, but it's like island top reversal to island bottom reversal to where hey, imagine this gapping up next week to 180 or 128, and that would be a confirmed island bottom reversal. Weird. But even with that, man, it's like triple bottom or something, or ascending triangle, just crazy. So there could be a lot of upside on Walmart if it can stay above this 125.42 area. Oh my God.
Bruh.
Might buy some on Monday. We'll see. Why does the 1 hour say it's upside? Did you not hear? Oh, man, did you just get here? Just rewind the stream, dude. Because, I mean, I thought I explained it well enough on why the 60-minute would be showing us an edge, right? By the way, got the 1UP coin, the crypto tips, fixed. Like, I think it's completely fixed now to where whoever tips with crypto next, it's going to work. Like, I'm almost certain. Spent too much time looking for the problem. Jakku found it, and it looks like maybe all is well. So, you know, a couple altcoins doing well today. Monero's, and it's near its high of the day. Broke out of that descending broadening wedge. Really the measure move of the patterns, like the top of it, $68, and you're at $65. But we know it's going to be tough to break that because that's a historical major reversal point. I mean, 66.85. That's up here, man. I mean, we reversed one time. We haven't tested it again. Just not going to be easy. So, hey, we can go to the 60-minute, I guess, for a second, just to crap around. Was there anything here? Was there any kind of... Really, it was just kind of like you ended up making a slightly higher low. Look, you stayed above the 200 moving average in the 60-minute and just rallying again. Not making higher highs yet. So this is like why you'd want Bitcoin 60-minute divergence to play out, because it's probably going to be good for, you know, the altcoins to do their own things, right? Megan, yeah, I mean, I'd been receiving all the tips. It's just no notifications would go off on the stream, and that's like the most important part to me, I think, because like you deserve recognition for tipping crypto just like US dollars. And really, people tipping in crypto is kind of like, hey, awareness. What's crypto? Oh my god, I'm watching a stream and crypto tip. ETC, BTC, huh? It's like it reinforces, you know, that one industry we think is pretty cool, very new. Yeah, BAT's continuing to climb. I don't know, it's been stuck in the 20 cent area for a little while now, right? It's so weird. It's such a crazy channel. I mean, that price action's insane, dude. It hit at its peak like 25.6 cents. Not many altcoins did that before selling off, and then ended up pivoting, making a higher low. Fell out of the channel, but after making the higher low, pivoted, and now it's like regarding the old demand line as a demand line again, and you can clearly see the 25% trend line's getting tested too of this channel. So it's pretty cool look on BAT, where it keeps going after a crazy buying climax, and just I don't know if that was just insane emotionalism. It might have been Bitcoin just hitting 9,800, euphoria, whatever. It's not a bad thing though. This is still in an uptrend for now. I know it crashed, but until you start like, all right, you can clearly see bases here, lows, like discernible lows on the 4 hour, right? And all we've done on BAT for the past 2 months or so is you've made higher lows, whether it's like you're creating this base here, look, another base here. So it might be over for BAT when in the future it falls below 17.5 cents, because that's like a previous base, like a local low that's been tested a multitude of times. So all is well on BAT until you breach 17.5 cents, 17.4 cents. Trend analysis. Thank you, Megan. Thanks everyone for watching. I don't know, man, dude, again, it's Saturday. You couldn't be doing much because of Corona, but actually now you can. You know, bars are starting to open, restaurants, things are going on now. Beaches are wide open, no restrictions on most places in the States. So, you know, things are starting to get back to normal a little bit, at least in terms of things you can do besides sitting at home. Yeah, ETN hit 1 penny almost, I think. I mean, I saw it like I just had left it up on my other screen and it was going. Last night anyway. Nice bounce off the 200 moving average on Ethereum. You can go to real quick. It's fine too. I mean, it did fall out of its channel. But look where you are. What really matters, you know, on Ethereum until you make higher highs than your previous highs. So you're just in this downsloping structure, which you can call it a descending broadening wedge if you want. The supply line is clear as day upon you around 204.62. Well, we're at 201. So yeah, it may be up 3% today, but it could just hit that supply line and then Bitcoin reverses the downside again and you just double top and you sell off to lower lows, lower prices. But yeah, good news is on Ethereum for now, you are above that 200 moving average on the 4 hour. That's great, dude. Be nice to get back in the channel, but you know, look, you're just skating along. That the old demand line is now pretty much a supply line. I mean, up to now, like you broke through it last night a little bit, but look, you're outside of it again, wicking off of it. Something interesting about Ethereum, though, is you can see our horizontal lines here, how it's above those. What are those? Those are important areas. Looking left, historically, look, I mean, this is the big reversal zone area. You're above it. That's wonderful. Now, there's a minor high right here at 203.76. Seems like you're not breaking that this weekend. You ever break that 203, you could very well see yourself back up at like 225. It's real. And if Bitcoin performs well, then you could think that Ethereum's going to eventually go the way Bitcoin's going, whether it's delayed or at the same time. Money printer go burr, dude. That's right. What's with my Lumia, dude? It's weird. Yeah, good old US dollar. Oh, I mean, breakout. I don't know if we consider it a breakout, dude. She's kind of range bound. Going to a bar right now to wear a mask? No. What's the point of going to a bar? I don't know, man. I feel like wearing a mask, I feel like, I just don't know, dude. I mean, that's a really good question. So range bound between 98.37 and $100, even though you've had up thrust through it, I guess. You can clearly see why we haven't, you know, why we're struggling here. I mean, you're talking about March 2015 and November of 2015 peaks. This is why you've reversed here 2 times, and you haven't reversed on the 3rd time. But if you can break that cleanly without up thrusting like a scrub again, you can break above that nearly like 101 area. I mean, like, it's just like each peak, man. I would think in time 102.24 again, and then if you ever break that 103.81. All right, which goes back to December 2016. You could very well see that again at some point, but range bound, man. And like if you're range bound, you know how it is, right? If you 3rd time touching a resistance, the probability increases that you're gonna break it to the upside downside soon. So 3rd time, rule of 3. Any other way to interpret this? I mean, like, you know, thinking about XA, B, C. Could be BAT stuff where, yeah, like thinking about the PCZ would be like 102.24. Again, it's the US dollar. Hey, US dollars definitely played out before. I mean, falling wedges, inverse head and shoulders, whatever. I know it's like looking at Bitcoin dominance and stuff, but yeah, BAT. Then your PCZ is up here. It's like Bitcoin, kind of. Right? Oh God, really? The PCZ of this would be literally at critical resistance? Oh my God, I can't even believe it, man. But all right. US dollar. Yes, if you're new and you don't know, we always try to do Bitcoin first at the beginning of the stream, so There's that 5-minute period of starting soon, stream starting soon, and then right after I go right into Bitcoin normally every time, like 99.9% of streams. Is American Airlines going to below 6? Yeah, probably in time. Yeah, dude. You think about what was it? $4 to $5 was the 2008-2009 low. I mean, nadir level of the global financial crisis. And guess what? The whole fundamental common sense here is like American Airlines was able to fly not only the day of the crash, not only the day Lehman Brothers went bankrupt, all this stuff, right? The House of Cards was like falling apart. They were able to fly at full capacity every day. But now, that is not the case at all. So it's like, yeah, I definitely think that airline companies could see their 2008, 2009 low levels again and possibly break that. How do I decide where I draw the last point of the bad harmonic? You memorize which harmonic is which. They have, there's criteria, a mandatory criteria of all harmonics, and you must practice and be able to learn how to identify them. That's how. 88% retrace is for a bat. Always. Max amount of address has been generated. What? Are you kidding me, Alex, man? Let me send that to him. Okay, so it's still broken. And I could have sworn, I thought it was fixed. God, I hate bothering him so much. So thanks to 400 people here. I mean, I always expect light to no turnout on a Saturday. So I don't know, man. Just going around the S-coin market, the funny new way, the interpretation we've got with XRP, including that bottom wick, is pretty cool, man. Where you hit it, I guess wicks out of it, but you see you're holding in it still. So. What's up, Ryan? McEthron. Thoughts on crude oil? It's made a resounding bounce back. There we go. Someone was talking about...
Thoughts on crude oil?
Someone was talking about... Someone tipped and they asked about crude. They were looking for a short or something. And it's like, dude, why? How? What the heck about this looks like a bullish rectangle, dude? Looks like there's more upside potential on crude. And guess what? Since then, we've broken out to the upside. This is a major breakout on crude, or U.S. oil anyway. This is CFDs is like futures contracts, a derivative, but went from negative or to zero here, and now it's at 29.79, and eventually we'll probably see 32.89. I mean, you have a technical breakout that to close the week. It's up 6.39% on Friday. So anyone remember looking at this at all, crude? And people remember the guy who was asking about shorting? It's like, dude, this looks bullish, not bearish right now. The momentum has shifted clearly. A higher low and pivot, a back test of a spring 1110. That's big time, man. You got to go back in history to see the price action, how it correlated to those historical trend lines. What's up, y'all, dude? Yeah, Sam, but that's not true at all. That's not how harmonics work. Maybe if you don't know the rules and you don't study, then sure, but that's why harmonics are like not used much. I mean, most people they're highly they're pretty much the most complex structures on the market, but they're also the most reliable. So it's like the harder you work, the more you invest in yourself, you're gonna have like the most powerful weapon in swing trading. Yeah, Alex says evolution of a trader is a good one. But if you want to learn about all those chart patterns, the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns, Volume 2 or 2nd edition or whatever is great. Curiosity got me into crypto. It was really IOTA that got me into it. Watching the stock market be insane and then seeing crypto start going even more insane. It's like, what? That was it, man. It was curiosity. So forge your own path. Yeah, old failure. Remember, failed to launch. Though Link launched, same thing. That's what happens.
Hey man, can you look at data and your thoughts?
Yeah, it. Well, I mean, that critical 4.6 cent area. I mean, you had to stay above that. You clearly like fell below it, but it was just price action below it. It was never like, look, you didn't have one candle close confirmation below that 4.6 cent area. And the crazy thing about it is the reversal was kind of like a hammer in a way. I think that was like the lowest point.
I tipped with MRPH/USD logo because we are now listed a charting you take a look at. CGC, pot stock. I don't know much about this, but it looks like it has weekly bullish divergence and maybe a falling wedge. Thanks bro.
Well, CGC was looking bullish anyway. It had been looking bullish, right? And it's getting a big lift because of ACB. The whole pot industry is doing that. But remember, I mean, 786, we took our shot. It ran up. It was a great reversal at the 786, but then the Corona crash. What do you do, man? So next support was the 88% retrace that was confluent with the only real support looking left. You bounced off of it perfectly. And again, Aurora Cannabis has helped propel the whole stock pot industry. So eventually, I think this is like it been in a multi-year downtrend, I guess, or at least a year. And so these are major potential reversal areas where I think a CGC in time could see $28 to $40. It sounds crazy now, but you just got to give it time. That's how these harmonics work. This is a multi-year harmonic. Started in May of 2017. I'm telling you, dude, you just gotta be patient with this one. And eventually, I think 28 to 40. CGC. There you go, man. High or low. Pivot team making high or low. Very good. Wish there was more to it, man. It's like I think there's value areas perceived down here, and bullish convergence, and a higher low is painted, and we're rallying. So see at higher prices at some point. All right. So back to ADA. You know, never closed below 4.6 cents, critical reversal area. But guess what 5.032 cents is? Look left. So it's a major potential reversal area. Look, where at one point in history we've reversed majorly downside. At one point in history we've reversed to the upside. So here we are above it, which is great. That's great, man. Get rid of this old failed idea. It happens, man. Remember, it's like some play out and some don't. You want to be careful here because you really don't want a third consecutive lower high on Cardano, because then you know what the pattern could be. That let me unlink your Coinbase on the YouTube side. Okay, perfect. So anyway, it's like you're holding above 5.032 cents, but you're not making higher highs yet. There's no real edge here on the 4 hour. No edge on the 4 hour anywhere, really. I mean, for the most part. But you can just draw like a supply line here. And maybe just like right here. It seems like it makes more sense. So is there a pattern? Is it just like a descending broadening wedge or a channel or something with crazy price action out of it? Probably. So if you look, man, if you don't hold 5.03 cents, you're going straight back down to 4.6 cents. If you can break the supply line, then fib extensions, or just what about this? What about this high to low? All right, see, look where we are. You know, we are struggling so hard. This is like the third attempt to break above the golden retrace, the major golden retrace. And on this third attempt, we're making a lower high. So you better break this soon, otherwise this is going to be like a triple top confirmation dump to the downside. So you are at the precipice of an enormous crossroad here on Cardano. If you do eventually break this area resoundingly, you're going to go up probably to 6 point 0.06 cents. Yeah, I mean, I know we actually have hit this already in reverse, but again, breaking, I think, this down-sloping resistance, Bitcoin not crashing, Cardano would have a chance to rally again, but that hasn't happened yet. So you have to keep in mind that a reversal could very well happen here, because you can see where we are. We are not breaking a supply line. Not yet. Maybe set up an alert. Set your alert up for right here, like 5.2 cents, and you hear the beep. That means you're breaking a supply line and could start going much higher. Barring any acts of Bitcoin. Thanks again, Mr. Schaffer, for the 5s, dude, and being a part of the community. Valid Discord link. Yeah, let me post it real quick. Well, I mean, see, the thing is, I don't understand. It's so weird. Like, the mods will, throughout the stream, most streams will be posting the link, but no one joins the Discord till I post it or talk about it. Though you can read in the chat, hey, they're saying join the Discord. I just posted 3 times. Alex S, one day at a time. Don't think at all this is going to happen overnight or over the course of a week or month, 3 months. There's so much stuff involved. I mean, it's just such a complex thing. It's like trying to learn a new language, man. You can't rush it. You have to invest in yourself, and you have to do it a lot for a long time. And then gradually it'll get better and better and better. And you'll just, things will start clicking. So Count Zeppelin, man. Good to see you. Good to see everyone, man. So yeah, again, Jakku is working on fixing the one-up coin, the cryptocurrency tip stuff. Try connecting Coinbase to Twitch. Okay, do that real quick. As we watch Bitcoin, that is at 94.11 right now. Remember, we talked about the 60-minute bullish divergence. It's definitely real. But, people think too many lines. So will that divergence play out, chat? It's trying to right now. Anyway, it's literally trying. We got our first positive histogram wick since the divergence matured. So now it's like 94.20 is a minor resistance. That's what we tested on the last 60-minute candle. We're at it again. You break that, chances are you'll probably go up to 9,600 again this weekend. All right, let's see what. Make sure. Try connecting Coinbase to Twitch. Yeah. All right, so right now, the one-up coin should be working. So if someone feels like, again, this is not me e-begging, but it's like, there's a problem where it doesn't matter. I can test the one-up coin all I want, but it's not going to, it's going to work, but it's not, the real tips aren't going to show up from someone else. So, if you were going to tip $3 like in an hour or 20 minutes or something, might as well just do it now with the crypto tips. So we can see if this problem's finally fixed. He says, great, I see addresses generating, whatever that means. So, soon we'll find out on the next crypto tip if it's broken or if it's truly fixed now, all right? I know I'm an e-thought for even talking about it. I hate doing that, but it's like, when do I ever talk like that? Dan, I mean, you're really nitpicking here. Dude, it's like the same low. I mean, just about. We're talking like $10, $20 off the same low. Bullish divergence, then fine. If you're going to be technical and want to call it convergence, that's still kind of bullish. You're still showing a much lower level of negative momentum on almost the exact same high. That you can't argue. That's a form of divergence. Same low, higher level or lower level of negative memo. Sorry, you're diverging here. It's just the 60-minute though. I know, man. Begging for tips, dude. Good Lord. I'm just tired of it, like, failing, and this could really fix things, so. I don't know, egotistical. Alright, we'll just set up an alert or something. So if we break the 9420 area, which is a resistance, it's not a major one, but it's definitely a 60-minute resistance. Yeah, Florin, I don't think that is one, because it's not on Coinbase. What's up, Sleaze Man? Let's look at the underperformer Litecoin. It's just terrible, dude. But holding on. My God. Look at this trend line, right? You go back. What was the trend line? It was just like right here. This low. So like 1 and 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom. And it's like, yeah, you fell below it, but God, look how it's really just hanging on. And it's look at this 200 moving average on the 60 minutes. Squeeze between the demand line and the 60-minute 200 moving average. Holy crap. So a lot of resistance. I mean, like, you know, the next target's 44.50 and then 45.60 after that. But you'd think if this can hold, then we're really gonna retrace for real $47 because it's like the major reversal area. It's either that or dump again.
Which will you consider all on the weekly forming a back pattern, or is it too crazy?
Could be too crazy, but you know, it might go lower than the 88% retrace because of the fundamentals. So Johnny, man. That's not a crypto tip, Johnny, man. Well, we are at the 886 as of like what, Friday, and we bounced off of it. Good God. Yeah, 886 looking left from the 2008 2009 lows all the way to the highest highs. You have achieved an 88% retrace. Is it a bat? No, what it would be a cipher, if anything. So a cipher has a PCZ of a 786, therefore no, right? You know, why is it a cipher, not a bat? Because the higher high, C would be the higher high. In order to be a bat, the C would have to be a lower high than A. So you're talking about? Dang y'all.
Is that a joint?
What's happening?
Crypto too much. Playful face. Will you look at CHK on the day?
Chesapeake.
Train wreck, but worth a shot.
Probably not. Chesapeake Energy. People have been saying that for 2 years. Chesapeake Energy, and it's like VFF. It's showing divergence, man, and it keeps showing divergence. Adrian, you could have just tipped in crypto, right? Did anyone tip in crypto in this time? I'm just wondering because it's like, you know, we're getting fiat. Thank y'all, seriously. So right, it can't be a valid cipher, but you know, it could always be an unconventional harmonic where we just looked at one like CGC that though it fell below at 786 went to the 886 in reverse. We had a legendary engine coin trade because we just used critical thinking that just because 786 didn't hold doesn't mean the 886 isn't an area of value. But again, we're talking about areas of value on something that's fundamentally devastated. I mean, devastated so bad that it's worse than it was in 2011, 2009, 2008. It's worse, dude. So it's not a strong support, the 886. The next real support is $4 for American Airlines. I think we were talking about that earlier. So I think this has a lot further to fall. But yeah, man, you do have an 886. You're right at it, 809. Holy crap, right? Daily, absolutely no divergence at all. No edge.
I owe a job 137 a wheel spin.
Oh yeah, J-Mode man? Alright. We'll arrogantly do it one time. Oh, it's just never gonna hit. This is the biggest jug of my life, man. Holy crap. All right, safe. See, thank you, Jimmo.
Bruh.
Joe, you hear that, man? What's up, Mr. Peabody? Are you still getting paid your pension from Flexicoin? Let me know, dude. So, right, mysteries abound. Weekly, any help? I mean, again, does it even matter? There's no help on the weekly either, dude. I mean, right? It's terrible. It's friggin' terrible. Straight line down. No structure consolidation. You're just at the 886. Does that make any sense, Johnny Man? You probably said something. Maybe not. Yeah, Rob G, anytime, man. Double top on the daily for Bitcoin. It's possible. Definitely possible. Yes. Okay, anyway. Oh, someone tipped in BAT, but it was $2 in BAT. Crypto Scientist, you tipped $2 in BAT. I see it on my Stream Elements. It just didn't pop up because it's $3 minimum for TTS. But thank you. I mean, I think it might work because of me seeing it now.
Mitch, do you think the Fed will bail out the airline companies?
Dude, you're asking me about something that's it's just like an event that has occurred that is so unprecedented. It's never happened before. It's like, I don't know. I mean, if it gets bad enough, maybe, but haven't they already expended like $50 billion on airline companies? I don't know if that is kind of bailing out, right? Just giving money to them for their operational costs. So I don't know if they're going to further do that if this continues to see lower prices, which it very well could and probably should, just based on the true common knowledge of there were thousands of flights happening back here, even though the worst was happening. Flights. Now it's like fundamental change to the way people even fly now. You know, half capacity, all these measures they have to take, which cost probably even more money. Oh God, dude, it's just a lot of bad stuff. So I don't know, Sleaze, man. I think they already have, in a way. Yeah, dude, spamming's not a good way to get me to do something, right? It's almost like demanding me, literally, to do something. How about DraftKings? Had earnings on Friday. Was like kind of parabolically moving up. Donkey Kong. Yeah, continued on up too. It closed it near its highs. So, yeah, man, on earnings, killed it. Like, look what's happened in log scale on DraftKings as of Friday on earnings. Look at that, big surprise, EPS beat. Wow, they reported 16 cent EPS, and they were supposed to not make money. Yeah, that's gonna do it. So exceeding a 1618 in log scale 2826, sky's the limit, dude. I have no idea. Like, there's no edge. There's nothing implying that's done running. It's overbought, but could stay overbought for an extended amount of time. The next fib node in log is like 51 bucks. Can you imagine, dude? That's it. If anything, you could say bearish deep crab, and that was the PCZ of the bearish deep crab in log scale. That was it. Yep, that's if it doesn't reverse here, it could just continue mooning. $30, $35, $40, 40 each. 0 and 5 can act as psychological resistance on the way up. Wow, Moonwolf, well, you're sure one to let me know every single time it happens, dude. We know it's happened. We know I'm shadow banned. So you just continually telling me every day doesn't make me more enthusiastic about streaming. It's really not a big deal. What's up, Eli, dude?
ZRX, BTC, broke out of a 1.5-year descending wedge pattern with tons of volume. It hit the point 618 to the T. Any thoughts?
Thank you, dude. Sending falling wedge to the 618. I was looking at it a little different, you know. I guess we look at the daily. No, just looking on the 4-hour. It's been really good on the 4-hour. I mean, you know, just a channel. It was like in this. There's a supply line. You smash through the supply line, absolutely. But here, even at A, like in February, we up-thrusted through it, and it was a fake out before. Look what happened before it rallied again. So this is the major point at now. All right, you really want to see ZRX eventually close above 40 cents because that's huge, dude. Like you can see, it's like the. You know, there's a range down here, but like there's another part of a range, just a critical support resistance reversal area. So being able to climb and close above that, you could see another huge move up because there's absolutely no resistance on ZRX above this area. So crypto being crypto, like you just think there's no way it can go any higher. But if market conditions on Bitcoin remain rather positive, no crashing, no violent dumps to the downside, I mean, look at this, dude. Look how 39.5 cents on ZRX on the daily has been respected twice now. Once, and today, another time. So look left. What is that? You see it. You see the price action correlate with these historical peaks. So if you break that, man, you're going to go up again, you know, to 43 cents. But eventually, man, staying above this long enough, you'll eventually just see, like, my God, man, you really want to do it? Go high to low. Well, look what we hit. Oh, my God. From that major high to low, you hit a 38% retrace and no higher. You touched it like the Jesus, man. Do you see this? 382. So the next target, if ZRX eventually can sustain prices above 39.5 cents, is, of course, to test the high again, 48 cents. But if you break 48 cents, you're probably going to 59.85 cents. Like, easy. Because there's no history here. It's straight up, it's straight down, straight up. Straight down, straight up. Straight down, straight up, right? That's all. So that's twig and thatch resistance. Therefore, when you break twig and thatch resistance, it's just like capitulation to the upside, just like there was to the downside. There was no real good support built here. That's why when the dumping happened, it was so easy to move down like that. But guess what? On the upside, it's the same thing where it can just smoothly ride on up very fast, violently. So even though it's already done that, so you could think about if it fails here. Okay, just on the other side of the coin, that's the advocate for the bulls and what could occur if we break and hold this. If you can't break and hold this, right? If you stay below it long enough, then that just means you're at the top of a range, and there's so much room to fall to the downside. So you understand how critical this area is for ZRX. Hopefully you've gained some clarity in that. Eli Bach, man, thanks for the 10 super chat. So, could be a huge move to the downside again after such a tremendous run if you fail. But if you break it and hold and sustain long enough, could moon. Wow. The crash begins in 10 minutes. Oh yes, Steve S, man, is that how it works? Because that's literally not how it works ever. Dude, timing drops? Like, who's teaching you this stuff? Oh, I can time the drop. It's not, TA is not about timing the market. It's about finding an edge on the market, and that edge is telling you there's a higher probability to go to the upside, therefore, but it's not certain. And so you place your bets with that edge. Dude, I mean, like, you're talking about American Airlines with 4-hour bullish stuff, but absolutely no bullish stuff on the weekly or daily. Who cares? It's terrible, dude. The fundamentals are so bad on American Airlines. And 3.27 minutes, Bitcoin 25K. Dude, there's no point, you know, like, if someone gets called out, there's no need to, like, everyone dogpile on that person. It's just, like, just being stern, not trying to be rude or anything. But I don't want other people in the chat to be like, oh, is that how it works? Timing the mark? No.
Very interesting chart setup. Appreciate it. Thanks, Mitch.
Sweet Eli, dude. Thank you for the 15th super chat today. Very cool. Okay. So 94.21 on Bitcoin right now. Oh, God. Maybe these alerts set up. I'm gonna do that. How was that even how did this happen? Oh, I guess I'm looking on the daily or something. Yeah, someone's like, is that a double top on Bitcoin? It could be. It could be a double top. I mean, you've failed to break 99.50 twice now, but... And also, as of yesterday, you bearishly engulfed. That's not a good sign on the daily. Back testing a critical overhead historical resistance for the second time. And then after testing it for the second time, you bearishly engulf. That's not really a good thing. Yeah, not much really to look at on ACB. You want to see ACB? It's just like American Airlines almost, but American Airlines is like here. It's still got further to far. This was like a 98% retrace from your nadir levels, your all-time lows back from 2015. Wow, what an investment, right? Look at that, man. Wow. So, yeah, it broke to the upside, killed it, but I mean, is it making a higher high yet? It's not even making a higher high than 1412. That's a previous peak. Look, I mean, so it's great that it had such a nice move up, record levels of volume, it seems, but you have to get above 1412, otherwise you could just back test it and dump again to lower lows and eventually see 240. So we have no idea if this is, like, done. But it is, if an 886 is, perceived value areas, then a 98% retrace could also be perceived as a value area. Okay. Oh, a dump's happening in 6 minutes, Steve S. Is that what it is, dude? Wow, man. That's just not how we do things here. Okay, so. Chat, are you there? Are you alive? Anybody at all? I don't know anymore. We're looking at Aurora Cannabis. We've got ourselves now 1 hour until the daily candle close.
Bruh.
Hit that like button, that bell, that sub if you're enjoying at least the coverage or something. So yeah, you're breaking that 9420 area. Yeah, that minor resistance. The divergence in the 60-minute is continuing to play out a little bit at least. And staying above 9420 for some sort of amount of time, you'll probably see 9600 after that. That's just support resistance, man. When you break it, go to the next. What's up, John Ball? You're here. Good to hear, man. The other here. AMG. Mike Lamb. Quantix here. A few lurkers. My God. Yanislav. Follow through is very important, absolutely. I don't use it, Michael. It's one variable. So like if you use it, I hope you don't use it alone. That'd be like me just trying to use a harmonic by itself without anything else. TD sequential by itself, it's like terrible. Like who would use the TD sequential by itself? That's just not TA. That's like I'm using one indicator and that is the end all be all. It's just not how it works, man. Coinciding variables, the philosophy taught here, always. Whiskey night? No, I only have water beers. I mean, I'd be glad to.
Hi, Mitchman.
Savarjan.
TCNNF. Greeting from Skyrim.
Kuzfra. Or something. What is it? We looked at this before, I think, right? Maybe not. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, nice, nice spring. TCNNF True Leave Cannabis Corporation. Right to all-time lows from December 2018. You fell below it, but hey, the follow-through price action you achieved afterwards, you didn't keep selling, did you? No, you broke back above this critical area, this ice line. When you do that, that's called a spring, and that's bullish. And look what happened. The candle that was painted to make you spring was a big bullish engulfing candle, and that's great. Look at after that. Well, first, dude, you want to be real here. What pattern is this? What was the bullish reversal pattern that ushered in the V-shape, well, on the way to being a V-shaped recovery on True Leave Cannabis? How did it start? Tell me, chat. No, that is not an inverse head and shoulders. It's a Japanese candlestick pattern, not a Bukowski pattern. Anyone? Bueller? Piercing line. Cody Bollinger is the Jesus man.
Bruh.
Yes. Piercing line. Bullish reversal candle. 2 candlestick pattern. Where... Let's go, Ja!
Day 137 super chatted $49.99. Scotch on me tonight. Move spin please. Hide the likes chat. Purple heart. Love you all.
Is that a joint?
Probably can't because stockholders, right?
Bruh.
Wow. Ja. Scotch on you tonight. Alright, we'll spin. Arrogantly. Oh yeah, dude. It's just gonna land on get destroyed, everyone. Say it. That was a spin for Mob. He must social or chug or something. Or gulp. Thank you, John, man. That's 2 days in a row, dude, of the red super chat, man. Or the pinkish. Yeah, it's that. Random color. Thank you, man. Oh, I don't know, Michael Oaks. I don't study it. I don't use it. The only person I've ever heard using it is that one guy, you know, who said to sell everything at 31.50, right? Back in early 2019 when we were saying buy at those areas because it was like lower risk. I know, too egotistical of a spin. Magenta, there you go. That's the magenta color super chat. Okay, so yeah, back at the piercing line reversal. It's where on the second candle of the 2, It opens lower than the previous one, but then eventually pierces through 50% of the first candle's body and closes around there. And that's a perfect example. What's up, Dustin, man?
Hi Mitch, what do you think about the daily chart on dollar cars, Garrison Capital? I'm up 43% and might pull a profit, but I think long term there's more upside.
Well, for something, I mean, it could be going, man. Like, you know, it's like it looks like there's gonna be resistance right above you at 247. You break that, man. I mean, this is low volume, dude. Very, very low volume. So all-time lows, right? Oh my god. So if it breaks this 240 area, I mean, look at consecutive higher lows, good too. I don't know. I don't even know. I think we would probably just, for Fibonacci at this point, use this high. And if you do that, you've achieved a 236 twice now. The next target, if you break this 250 area, is 308. So this could achieve, for a common retrace, between 308 and 435. But that's a big if, right? You just gotta be cognizant of 250, maybe set up an alert. But you said you're up so much already on it. Well, there could be more upside potential, but like it could hit and then sell off and make another higher low before going again. But dude, this is like, you know, how often, you know, when we reverse to the upside at any given time, I mean, sometimes it's better than others, right? Like from this side of low here, you know, it retraced over 50% of the way. From just like a random height to this low, it retraced eventually 50% of the way. We're dumping. Here we go, another high to low. Historically, this asset, 62% retrace. So most of the time, you know, when it reverses for real, it'll go in the golden zone, the common retrace area, and then reverse again to the downside. It's probably a different situation. This is terrible, man. I mean, there's a gap fill up at 47. You could see yourself in, hey, if money printer keeps going burr and the macro stays strong, then, you know, mutual funds and trusts like this are gonna eventually make higher highs, right? They're eventually gonna get up to these areas. So that's it, man. Money printer stops, and we start doing it again, things gonna dump, right? So S&P 500, Dow Jones, your best bet here. NASDAQ. There you go. Reinvest dividends. Hype. So looking back at True Leave real quick, that weed stock. You think about it could probably perceive XABCD or something, like an 886. You're in a 786 right now, so there's no edge though. There's nothing implying the reversal will be coming next. And I'm just talking about from this high to low here. You're actually 1282 is the 886. So if this was a bearish bat pattern, like the index funds, yep, this would be the reversal of the pattern. 1282. So you could see a reversal there. I don't know if it's going to be a major one or a minor one before going to higher levels to eventually see the top of the range again. But this, you're very close to a reversal point just based on harmonics. Okay. That's it, man. What's up, Skydive Mike? So, question is, man, is Bitcoin double topping now? And on the double top with a bearish engulfing candle on a lower high, it is Monka S. I mean, we are it's like do or die time. Bitcoin has to start rallying soon, or it's going to be a confirmed double top. That's it. It's going to be kind of like confirmed as, and like you start selling off and showing more weakness. It's the further we get away from this top, the more concrete the idea is that the second top is in, and it's discernible on the daily. So that's like something to keep in mind after such a momentous run. All right, it's been 6 minutes and we didn't dump. Chat, see, real life. I'm telling you, man, that whole timing the thing in 5-10, it just doesn't work. Like, you might be right. What is it? A blind pig eventually finds the apple at the bottom of the tree? Of course, yeah. What is it? A clock is right. A broken clock is right twice a day. Same thing with trying to say in 6 minutes that something's going to happen. Because it didn't. It literally didn't. And it's proven just again. Because he's not the first person that's done this in our stream. And he certainly won't be the last. No. But TC, you get what I'm saying, right? It's not about confirmation of a double top. It's like when you bearishly engulf and then you start getting fall through price action after bearish engulfing candle, you got to feel a little like, oh man, this could be done for now. We could be going to lower prices for a while. It's like you can still see, oh man, we're kind of confirming, you know, the market is confirming that a second top is in. What's up, Terrence? Thanks for watching. I know, Ja, I do owe that chug. I do owe the chug. So 9 films. Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, don't say it's the greatest. I mean, like, whatever, dude. You can say it's a call all you want, but all we did last weekend was apply technical analysis. Right, we knew how important 9600 was as a support, and we knew if we broke that where we could go, because there's very little support below you till 8500, 9150. That was it, dude. It was like two things kind of happened here. It was the very rare but reliable bearish continuation pattern that was confirmed at the daily close. The daily close also confirmed below 9600. I mean, that's something to take heed of. And yeah, sure, it did get lots of follow through from it. That's great. But as you can see, ran on up, and the bearish bat also, right, reversed there too. So that's cool. Oh, 2019, 2018 stream too, Jaw. Okay, it's like every year, but there's always like I'm saying multiple people do it. He's gone now anyway, probably, right? Or when it can't break 94.20 and pulls back like this, it'll be like, I told you so, man, I told you. It's like, nope, sorry, 6 minutes is already up, man. You're told you so can't happen now. Is this a koala shirt? No, dude, it's a bear shirt. It's a Dead & Company. King Logan got this for me. You're holding your chug debt? God, man. Wait, so it seems like me trying to get this one-up coin working. I think it works, but I've only had one tip in crypto today. So we'll just go with one day we'll find out. Okay. Is there really a social distancing IPA? That's an awesome name. For real. So what could be happening 40 more minutes if this holds? You could engulf. You could get a bullish engulfing candle, even though it's not a big deal. It's like kind of more indecision candle. It's not a large green candle, but it would be engulfing. But you got a lot of time left before the candle close confirmation. Congrats, Muddy, man. I don't know, it's like, dude, getting on keto, it just changes everything. It starts out like, oh, I'm just doing it for this, but all of a sudden it's like you just start getting into it and it's just like a new thing. It's like a hobby. Like health is a hobby. I don't know, man. Chat. What else can I even do, man? Dcash. Attempting to get back above its $42 major support resistance area. That's great, man. Get above that, hold it long enough, and you could rally. Look, you're trying to get back inside a range. A range between $42 and $48.50. All right, if you can, this is like springing in your attempt, you're back testing the spring now. If this can hold on Zcash, you could very well see yourself up to $46 to $48 again. It's very real. But again, same time, if you stall here and you can't get back above that 200 moving average that you're below right now, eventually you're just going to make a lower high again and then dump once more. And it's like, well, the trend is reversed. Now, you have to eventually go test $47, $48. Otherwise, the downtrend's like kind of becoming confirmed because consecutive lower highs, consecutive lower lows. Zcash hasn't even retraced 38% of the way. Got close. Ahmad, no, I do not use Elliott Wave. I use something that's kind of similar. Harmonics is the same type of category. The wave analysis. That's what you call it. It's wave analysis, whether it's Elliott Wave or harmonics. That's my weapon. Harmony. Probably not much more upside. You're asking about Zill trash? I mean, literal trash. I mean, that's all Zill is. Oh my god, it's Zilliqa, dude. Not ever gonna help anybody or fix this world's problems or do anything good for it. That's why it's at its most recent event on the daily time scale. It's all-time lows. Trash. Okay, so it's still below the old ice line from December of 2018.
Is that a joint?
Hey Mitch, what do you think of Whirlpool?
I don't know, we can look at it, man. Thanks for the 420. Man, terrible. Downtrend since 2015. So if Zill can ever break above 1.1 to 1.37 cents, that's when it could probably have a really nice run to the upside. But until then, it's trash. Nice run, dude. Already kind of diverging on the RSI on the daily. So yeah, this could be a major reversal point to the downside again before hopefully making a higher low and then going up to test it again. So there's a little bit more room. I mean, it's almost there. And has officially not tested it yet. So you'd think you would see almost certainly 1.19 cents just to say hi, we suck, and then dump. So Whirlpool, again, been in a downtrend since 2015. And eventually hit an 88% retrace. I could bet you that is an 886 right there. 64 bucks at its lowest point. Let's put it to the test. Low to high. Dude, it's literally touching it. Like, duh Jesus, man. Gorgeous. Gorgeous touch before the reversal. But, again, the reversal, meh. Very, very meh. We had that, a little uptrend you were in. for a while, right? Bull pull, bull flag. I remember Probes bringing this up. Ended up being a rising wedge in the end, right? You could just delete this and I'll show you. It's like 1 and 2. Isn't this what a lot of altcoin, or sorry, a lot of equities are looking like right now on the chart, from a crash to something like this? You know it, man. You freaking know it. Also Head and Shoulders-esque type stuff for sure. There's all kinds of bearish stuff on Whirlpool before it dumped and got obliterated and eventually hit an 88% retrace from its 2011 lowest point. So now we get our Fibonacci out and we just go from the discernible previous swing high. Alright. Just play it safe. Low to high. Alright, you achieved almost a 62% retrace, golden retrace. I mean, dude, money printer gonna go burr if it does. The equities market, the index funds continue to rally. Whirlpool's gonna probably continue to rally too. Bullishly engulfed on Thursday, and a little bit of green on Friday. So you've already achieved the golden zone. There's not much edge on the daily implying that a reversal of the downside's coming or anything. So yeah, it could pivot and run on up again. Hidden bullish divergence looks like. Yep, from this low to this higher low. Higher levels negative on the 4 hour. So it's just implying that a continuation of the upside is very possible. Right? Look, hidden bullish divergence on Whirlpool. There you have it. Break bread. Well, I had good news that I was gonna have the bread overlaid today. Just radio silence after I got that. So there's Bitcoin. 36 minutes till your daily candle close. Don't know if I'll be around for it. Trying, you know, I always try. But streaming for 2 hours is, you know, can sometimes be very tough. So back above that 94.20 area, barely. And that's a reversal point. I mean, on the 60-minute at least, look, you can see before how we have regarded it a multitude of times where we hit it and we can't break it, and then we reverse. And we reverse again. And then we go right back down to 91.50 or lower. So you are at a critical area on an insignificant time scale. And if you break it, I do think that you would see 9600 again. If you don't break it, you'll probably see 9150 again. That's how it works. Oh, by the way, become 90 for life. You're welcome. Do you think there's bearish action going on the weekly? Not really. No, weekly is fine. Weekly is fine. And implies that it is possible that Bitcoin's price could continue to the upside. You could have did me in crypto.
2014. Major fall in March due to Corona. Hasn't really came back.
Shouldn't.
Curious if you think we could see a new all-time low within the next couple years.
Possible, dude. Yep. Hog is a boomer stock, man. Millennials inherently don't prefer motorcycles at all. Just like they don't prefer MySpace or whatever, dude. But pretty interesting thing about Hog, the chart, from its 2008-2009 low, when people could and wanted. I mean, they still would might be buying motorcycles here times have changed, right? So from that low to high, where do we bounce? Oh my god, another 88% retrace. Oh yeah, it's like impulse down. You're almost like bear flagging, right? You could be. And you're trying to get like the channel you were in, this major downtrend, steepening of the the angles, like distribution was nuts. But yeah, a lot of this corona panic. Lots of panic, man. Get the cash, dude. Was it like this? Yeah. Bear bull, bear flag. Oh my god, man. Just like it could up down for a freaking month, 3 months, 5 months, I don't know, but eventually, you know, it probably would dump again. But who knows in this insane market? Yeah, it looks bearish as crap, right? It's a multi-year downtrend. And yeah, that's not good. Upsloping consolidation after a major crash like that. That maybe at some point in the future you could see 2009 levels again, around $8. God. Not good, man. Not good at all. Hog. Not enough likes, you say? Yeah, 218 likes is really bad, dude. Anyway, dude, it's whatever. Saturdays are rough for streaming. They're like, Saturday's definitely the worst day to stream, like by far. Alright, dude, you know where you're at. 60 minute, 94.20. If you break it, you'll find yourself at 9600. If you can't break it, you'll see yourself at 9150. It's that simple. So I think you got enough. I think you understand. I think you're satiated with the TA today. Alright. Can't have crazy pumps every day. So I'll just be back probably tomorrow sometime. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything. Still don't know if one-up coin really works. So I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.
Need you.